No, is it better? Is it worse?
There's something. Maybe it's just you don't have your background blurred. I don't know. But
I don't
you look
know.
less pixelated or
Oh,
more high def. This is the
okay.
high def Matt.
This could be. I don't know what to blame that or
Or
to
the lighting.
attribute
The
that
lighting's
to.
different too.
The lighting's different. So the light up here went out, and so I
Yeah.
haven't been using it, which most days is fine. But I find that when that light's on, it makes the room a little better. And when it's not on, I got a light over here, but it's
Yeah.
like it's like 6 watts or something, and so it's not
And
super light. So
there's some light to your right,
I
right.
gotta. Well, there's a window over here.
Maybe it's the window.
I don't know.
Wait, is it sunny in Seattle? Maybe that's
No,
it.
not today. It's
No,
overcast.
of
But
course not.
normally, no, normally this is the time of year though. This is we've had a string of really nice, like mid to high 70s, no
We like to
humidity.
call it the week of sun.
Yes, this is what we've been sporadic at doing these. We're gonna get back into a regular habit, but the people have come to hear about lighting in Matt's basement is what we're kicking off with. That's the cold open today.
Oh man, yeah.
How you doing?
To be totally honest with you, no, there's no one listening anyway. I'm a little overwhelmed, but in a good
Yeah.
way, I guess. So just so there's like, it's not just that there's 1,000 things to do. There's 1,000 different things of 1,000 things to do, and it's just, you know how this
Welcome
works
to
when you're
being an entrepreneur,
It's
Brent.
so overwhelming. It's just
It's a
I don't
lot.
think I enjoy it.
Really?
My brain is wired to be good at one very very tiny little narrow thing, not yeah. And so I'm
We have
constantly in a discomfort zone, and it's hard.
we have
Um,
hired people over the years that are really really good at what they do, but just realize that they really don't want to do it on their own, that they don't want to deal with the
yeah,
hassle of
yeah,
taxes. And I mean, forget payroll, just even doing your own thing. It's like, there's
yeah.
you still got to do taxes, you still got to do accounting, you still got to go get business, then you got to get people to pay their bills on time. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think really. So there's all that. There's like the back office operational stuff. And the three big buckets are selling the product, building the product, delivering the product, and
Oh,
and
there's
all
that. Yeah. Yeah.
right. And each of those is a full time job. So
Mhm.
it's just a lot. But
Yeah.
as a result, what the reason why it's a lot is because things are going pretty well, which is good. So
That's great.
yeah, but
That's great.
God bless it, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm too
Well,
old for
it's
this.
hard. It's hard when it's not going well, and then when
Yes,
it
that
is
was
going.
last year. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was horrible.
and so
Yeah,
now, so then the opposite. So we've got like our pipeline's really good right now, and so like we've
yeah,
got like we literally had the conversation this week to say, well, if these guys close and these guys close and these guys close, like we don't have enough people to do all this, and so then you
right.
sort of that's the challenge in sort of the services model, right? Is like okay,
Yeah,
like we have a high level, a high bar of
yeah,
what clients expect and what we expect to deliver, and so making sure we can, as services business, this is not SaaS here, right? Like it sort of ebbs and flows, sort of the nature of the business. So,
totally.
and it's but we've made it work for 18 years. Hopefully we make it work for 18 more. If I'm here in 18 years doing this, Brent, I don't know, doing this with you, I'd be happy to do this in 18 years.
What are we on?
But,
What is this episode? 158. Yeah,
yeah.
it seems like we've been stuck in the 150s for about 3 months. But
Well,
no.
we've had like between your travel, my travel, like
Yeah.
last
I've
week
got more coming too, by the way.
last
But
week we
anyway,
fully intended to do well. I've got a ton in the fall, but so far
yeah,
like no Friday conflicts. So I should be good. But like last week we intended to do this, and I had just gotten home the day
and you
before
bailed.
from Japan,
Yeah.
and I was a hot mess. I couldn't do it. So I bailed. I apologize to you and to everyone else.
And to Phil,
And to
because Phil's the
Phil,
only one that's
who's
ever
like
here.
loyal Phil, who
God love you, Phil. We
like
need to find you something better to do on a Friday morning. Go
no,
golf.
what Phil wants to do is co-host. So if you have some upcoming Fridays where you can't do it, Phil is game, and
Okay.
he
Well,
might
he's
have to
probably
like
better,
shave
too.
his head
Yeah.
for a week
Yeah.
to be part of the Cool Kids Club here.
Just take his
But Phil
hat
can
off.
join.
Yeah.
So
The Go
things
ahead.
are going well, which I assume means people are responding well to frame making.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm thinking like scale, it's still we're still way underscaled, right? It's underscaled. It's not enough, but the ones we're doing things with are doing a lot, and it's great.
Good.
So it's the results are incredible. The participants love the workshops. Frame making is resonating with those who know it. But it's really funny, man. Carl and I called a pretty talented, incredibly talented marketer that you both and I know quite well, and is a I also, by the way, not that you feel jealous because I reached out to you. You've been busy we had the same conversation with you too, but like you said, the top of funnel is still a bit of a mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting. This person who's a friend of ours and someone we both deeply respect in our marketing chops. His reaction was, I don't know, he was like, have you tried a newsletter? It's like, it was maybe post on LinkedIn. It was
maybe send something people.
Right.
Maybe
it sounds so mean, and I don't mean it to sound like that at all. But the point is, even experts in marketing don't know how to market this world. It's like it just feels like we're all just kind of
like, or hear me out. Like he's like, right. Okay, like you're looking for like, what do we do? And there's basics that you're not doing, right?
Or that, yeah.
The I what you just described, I call the EFN, the email fucking newsletter. And I know it's like, oh, isn't that 20 years ago? And oh, do people really do that? Yeah, people do that. And we all get crappy email, but your email shouldn't be interruptive. It should be irresistible. Like people that know Brent and know Brent's content, if they get a newsletter with Brent's insights, they're going to keep it. They may not read it right away, but it's going to be one of those things that sits in their inbox because they don't want to delete it because there's good stuff. They know there's good stuff in there. So these are the regular reminders. These are the regular value deposits that are still foundational to good marketing. And so, we're always like, oh, where do I find the instant, sales ready leads? Like, good luck. Keep looking.
Yeah, right. I'd say, how do I get business to fall from the sky into my lap?
So I literally had this call yesterday with a guy who's he's a fractional CMO and doing really well. And he's really busy, but he's like, he was saying like, where do you get your biz dev? And I'm like, I can list for you all the stuff that we do because it's all that, right? We have a newsletter, we have a podcast, we have this show. I've got the CMO community. I go to a lot of events. Like it's a body of work. There isn't one thing. Oh, what do I do? It's all these things.
It's funny. The part of my big problem in everything I do, and whatever part of the business or whatever part of my life, whether it's being a parent or being a business runner person, I have a very strong projection bias. So, which is to say, I just assume the rest of the world kind of acts and things like I do, which is, thank God, not true, not even close to true, because otherwise we'd all be in trouble collectively. But but when it comes to newsletters, I subscribe to all the canonical Mount Rushmore ones that you and I, friends of ours, people like they like. I think that's why I subscribe to, because they're friends that I want to tell them no, right? But but it's like, oh, look at person you and I both know really well. Delete, and I don't. So I just assume just because I delete every newsletter and never open them, that must be what everyone else does. But
okay, so but listen, look at what you just did in the last 10 minutes. So you're saying, oh, I got their newsletter and I deleted. I didn't read it. I assume.
I can't unsubscribe though, because I don't want them to see me unsubscribe.
I assume 100% of people are not reading 100% of my content.
Yeah.
Right. But like what you just did is this same person, you just like without, I don't know why we can't name names because it sounds like they're great. Like this is someone that you clearly have in high regard.
The Sherry's analysis.
You hold in high regard and you see them as an expert in their field. Right.
Yeah.
The fact that you didn't read that newsletter or the fact that you might not want to get it anymore doesn't change that fact. But like, I think you've heard me say
right?
Before.
Just like, having their name show up in my inbox is an
like
impression.
Good sales and marketing sometimes is like driving by someone's house and trying to throw something in the mailbox. And sometimes you're going to make it. Sometimes you're going to miss. Sometimes they're going to be like, I just don't have time today. And it's going to go in the recycle bin before it comes in the house.
Yeah.
But once they start to recognize your car and associate that car with you, like it's a reminder. It's the reason why people do brand advertising. It's a reminder of what you can provide. I don't need you to read every newsletter. I just need you to remember Matt is associated with Pipeline.
That I exist.
And if we have a problem with Pipeline, we should call Matt. That's it.
Did you ever have a paper out when you were a kid?
No. I was a courtesy clerk at a supermarket, like a family-owned supermarket. No. Sorry, I shouldn't call it a supermarket. It was a market. It was not super. It was very small. It's one of those like,
that's
like
a really
corner,
good point. That supermarket
corner neighborhood
came
markets.
for the fact that there were markets. That's why there were supermarkets. I hadn't really processed that, but I guess it's true. Yeah. No, because you just took me back to like in the 70s when I didn't have them, both my brothers did, and of course I got recruited quite often to do their papers and and throwing the paper, folding and then putting rubber bands around, or like on a great day when you could get the 4-fold. So you fold in half. A really thick day, like usually Wednesday with the stuffers, you can only fold the paper in half once. And it was a pain in the ass. But if you usually fold it twice, every once it was a really thin day, like a Monday, I had a real thin paper, so you can fold it 3 times. And you get this really tight. And then there's some people who can fold it without using a rubber band and like fold it in on itself. There's like, but then it became like this, like a baton, and was like a stick. And those are great for throwing. Like you could chuck those things a mile. It was really fun. So,
how was your accuracy? Like, could you?
Did it matter? What's your point? I don't understand why you're asking.
As someone who's still.
If it's broadly in the front yard, if it's past the front sidewalk.
No, as someone who still gets the print Wall Street Journal here.
Yeah.
It does matter. I don't want it in my neighbor's yard, right? I don't, I want there's an area where it should go.
On the porch. Yeah. Well, no, that's we threw him from the sidewalk.
Were you on a bike?
And every once there's one of those roads where like it's like as soon as it leaves your head, you're like, ooh.
Were you on a bike or were you walking, or how did you do this?
Mostly walking. Although on Saturday and Sunday mornings, my dad would take us in his 1973 Honda Civic, which was tiny. And my dad's 6'4". He wanted a license plate that said "Big Enough," but it was orange. Not my dad, the car, but and we would open up the back hatch and we'd throw papers out the back. And we'd almost like a garbage collector. We'd jump out the back and we'd throw papers and jump back in again.
I like that.
And then we go to Dippy Donuts. Is that what it was called? It was on 60th and Leavenworth. There was a donut shop. It's called Dippy Donuts across from the Pizza Hut where my dad worked nights because we didn't have a lot of money.
Dippy is a terrible name for a business, except if you're a donut shop,
right? Dippy Donuts.
Yeah.
There you go, Phil. There's a little bit of Omaha history for you. Phil's already checked out. He's like, it's just as bad as I remember it.
Dave Brock let me know he wanted to be here in spirit, but he had something more important to do. So
like every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
I think often when we get to Friday mornings, you sort of say this is sort of a marker of the passage of time. Right. And I think about Friday morning. It's really
another week of your life has slipped through your fingers.
Well, no, I think I enjoy my Friday morning because honestly, like I the 4:30 wake up call isn't awesome, but like the coffee talk group is fun. The CMOs are fun to be a part of. I have an hour in between the first one and this. And so I get to have some coffee and just kind of like, the day kind of opens up and like, especially in the summer, everyone else is still sleeping. Right.
Yeah.
And so I enjoy this, and this becomes something that like, I enjoy doing.
And still doing it. Yeah.
Even though we've missed some, like 158 episodes in, what is it, 3 or 4 years we've been doing this. There's been good weeks and bad weeks. There's been good days and bad weeks in that. And I think the older I get, the more mistakes I make, and the longer I even have my business, I realize like the things that we get worried about, the things we get worked up about, that too shall pass. And another Friday is going to happen.
Clear. All of this shall pass, but
right,
that's true.
So another Friday that is a Corey. You're right. I was too dismissive of all the other businesses where Dippy could make a lot of sense.
What I want to
sour cream.
But what is a salsa place? Right. So can you?
Honestly, actually,
Brent, bring your own stuff to dip, and all they do is sell the salsa.
No, if there was a legit like bodega
salsa restaurant
that just had fresh salsa, here for it.
Well, what would that be? Would it be a restaurant, or would it be? It's funny because one of my God, I miss my dad. But anyway, one of my dad's dreams at some point in his life was to go out to Napa Valley and open a mustard shop, and that kind of reminds me of like a salsa shop. Like that's all you.
I mean, that works too, right? I think like if you're really, really good at something,
that of course would not be Dippy. That would be Schmeary or something. I don't know, but anyway,
like there's a place that just opened in downtown Kirkland, and all it sells is fruits and nuts.
Okay,
like dried fruits and nuts, right?
Yeah.
But like it's become really popular. I think because like it's good. The guy's sourcing stuff from all over the place. People enjoy going in there. The guy's like just crazy passionate about his dried fruits and nuts. And so it's become kind of a destination. And so I don't know if that means the economics of it is.
Is the town of Kirkland owned by Costco and all the taxes are lower? Is that how that works? It's like
Costco's based in Issaquah, actually. So Costco is not even based here, but for some reason they call it all Kirkland brand stuff. And so there is, we literally shop in our Costco is the Kirkland Costco.
I haven't been to Costco in a long time. It used to be like weekly. I was talking about.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
like it literally is every Friday we go to Costco now.
But talk about impulse buying. Yeah, I would go in there and impulse buy the crap out of that place every week, and it's just like that. Maybe that's why we don't have a membership anymore. I don't know. But,
we don't. So I mean, we've got I got 3 teenagers in the house,
Yeah.
right? And so a
Right.
lot of stuff we buy, it's just made way more. You can buy it at Costco.
Right.
You don't buy it at
Yeah.
the grocery store. And so literally, it's so like on Fridays, there's like, okay, what kind of proteins are we getting? There's refilling. All the staples that you go through, and then some things that used to be grocery store things become Costco things. For example, we are no longer buying vanilla ice cream at the supermarket because these kids. So we're buying now. We're gonna buy kegs of ice cream, and just like put them in a deep freezer or something, and say like funny. That's where you get ice cream now for all the ice cream you eat.
Is it Kirkland brand, or do they sell Bluebell?
They probably do sell the good kind, but if we're buying like the 5-gallon jug,
it doesn't matter.
Brand, yeah, no, it doesn't really. It's probably fine. Right, I'll tell you though, man.
What's your favorite flavor ice cream?
Kirkland meats. Kirkland ribs.
They're huge. Yeah.
Kirkland or
no, I miss no diss on Costco. I enjoyed my weekly trip to Costco. It was like an event. It was experiential.
Yeah. Well, and I will go with a mission. Like, here's the list, and we're gonna get things on the list. And my wife, when we go, she's like, we need to have time because she wants to like wander. She wants to wander around, and she'll get lost in the clothes section. And 100%. All of a sudden, there's all this shit that's in this. This wasn't on the list.
Yeah, well, but it's closed and it fits. Right. Yeah, and
then I'll be like, then I'll get halfway through, and I'll be like, ooh, charcoal lighters. I need some of those. And so I'll get that too.
And do you stop and get the hot dog on the way out?
No, but that's how I get my daughter to go with me to Costco because she's a big Costco hot dog fan. So we'll go, and then she'll drive the cart for me, and then I'll buy her hot dog.
So are you heading into senior year? Is that right?
Yeah.
If I have not lost track. Yeah. It's a big year.
It is. So tonight she's having a sleepover with friends where if anyone came here for sales and marketing advice, clearly today's not your day. Okay.
Well, yeah, but is it ever? No, we did the whole engine, top of the funnel.
Well, we haven't like this is and
we solved it. Send a newsletter.
Clear, this is like Corey, Phil, like we love you guys, but this is for us, not you. So and we haven't Brent and I haven't talked in a while. So tonight is sleepover.
Yeah.
And they're making their senior overalls. Was this a thing when you were a kid?
What?
It wasn't for
me.
No,
I've never heard senior overalls. That's interesting.
Each are it's like white painter's overalls.
Okay.
And then Clara has bought like all this paint. Yeah. And so they are going to paint their overalls. And apparently like there's a day that you wear your senior overalls.
Oh.
And it might be the senior sunrise, which apparently is next week as well, which is like everyone goes to the football field.
They do all that at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, well, there's stuff at the end of the year too. There's also this contest where it's basically Hunger Games for seniors. And so so think of it as like they have some program where everyone that wants to do it gets matched up, and it's sort of like a March Madness thing where you're paired, like it's Matt against Brent.
Yeah.
And I have to like hit you with a water gun or something.
Yeah.
Like, and so there's some.
This is called Assassin.
You know this. Okay.
Oh yeah, this been around for decades. Yeah.
Right. So it's Senior Assassin, right? And so the last couple of years, I mean, there's a whole social feed that the whole school follows it, and like that's the thing I think Claire's the most excited for senior year.
That's awesome.
On a serious side, though, I mean, like, look, I'm just proud of her for so many reasons, but she's doing 2 AP classes this year.
Nice.
She's trying to get into UW. That's her big school.
Oh wow! Good luck.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Super cool.
Yeah. So then Nick's a sophomore. Evan's in 8th grade.
There's nothing more, but I'll tell you. So there's life on the other side of dropping your kid off to college, which I'm learning now, which is lovely. Having adult children.
You mentioned this,
is amazing. But that I don't. Do you remember the first time? Maybe it was different for you, but the day my parents dropped me off in Ann Arbor, I was terrified. I was completely and utterly terrified. But within 2 days, I was fine. But that was one of the scariest moments of my life. And watching my daughter go through that too, and she was equally terrified. And now, of course, it's Boulder's her home, right? It's such an interesting journey. The delta on that journey from one of the scariest days of your life to like I feel more at home here and more myself here than I've ever felt in my life. Is such an interesting and intense journey to watch. So
two things on that. One, so I mean, I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Went to school in Washington, here in Seattle, and my parents drove me up, got me into my dorm. And then I remember on a Saturday morning, they were going to start driving back south. And so I got up super, super early, walked across campus to their hotel, and just to say goodbye. And I will never. I have so distinct memory of walking back across campus.
I have to walk back, right? Knowing you're now alone.
And I remember like being like it's sunrise, and I'm in Red Square, which we've discussed is terrible.
It's a disaster.
Like looking down, like if from Red Square, you look down to Drumheller Fountain, which is right in front of Mount Rainier, just this gorgeous view. And remember thinking like, I am here by myself now. Yeah, because I didn't know anybody.
Right. Same.
And the night before, like I was gonna like hang out with my parents, and then got invited to a movie, and so I said, okay, I should probably go to the movie to meet these people. And then so the other side of that, so now back to Clara. So she's looking at schools, and she was considering Washington State for a hot minute, even though they're a big Husky rival, because they have a great environmental engineering program. Yeah, and I think she was worried about going that far away. And I was thinking about you and your daughter in Boulder, and then one of my best friends here, his daughter is in Bozeman at Montana State. Oh, wow. And long story short, she's going to do online school this year, but she wants to do it from Bozeman, not Seattle, because that's where she considers home now. Mm-hmm. So I'll be curious to see how this works for Claire. Like the other school she's applied to is Western Washington, which is look,
you're still in PNW. You're still in the Pacific Northwest after leaving the Bay Area, right? And that's a result of you going to Washington, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's going to Washington. It's meeting my wife, my junior year of college. It's, just
then the dominoes start falling, and you're exactly. And of course I went to Michigan. Well, no, it's not true. I lived in Michigan total about 8 years before, I escaped and went back and escaped again. Yeah. But it's the people come here. I don't know, Phil. Where do you suppose Phil is driving? So Phil, aren't you like in El Paso? No. He's like
stop asking Phil questions. He is driving and should not be. Even if you are doing voice text,
I'm just thinking like literally wherever he's driving, it's like North Texas area is nothing. Like he can't run it. The only thing that's going to hit him is a tumbleweed. I mean, it's like
the disclaimer you have to sign as a Coffee with Brett and Matt viewer is like we are indemnified from anything that happens to you while you are consuming this show.
I accept no responsibility for anything in my life.
Oh, there's that. That's fair.
Oh, man. So tell me we haven't even gotten to the most important topic, which is you were in freaking Japan. I mean, hello. Can we talk about this?
Sure.
Was it amazing? Other than the jet lag, which is awful.
That was awful. I will turn 50 years old next month. Yeah. And this was my first time out of North America ever.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yep.
You're serious?
Yep. I've been all over North America.
Mexico?
Canada, Mexico, friggin' Havana,
Central
Cuba,
America,
all over. Yeah. I've not been into South America. So like not even Central America. Like I haven't been further south than Mexico or Cuba. Okay. So I literally had never been to Europe, never been to Asia, never been.
That's bonkers.
Isn't that crazy? So
and this is your first time, literally the first time. This is the first. Well, actually, you need a passport for Canada and Mexico, but wow.
Yeah. So
I'm speechless.
It was pretty cool. It was
pretty cool. Get you out.
No kidding. Hey, listen.
There's so much for you to see. You have no idea the world out there to see.
Available for conferences, keynotes, bar mitzvahs, whatever you need. So I was out there. There was there's a company that does work with kind of enterprise Japanese companies, and they were hosting about 150 marketing leaders from these companies.
An interesting place to go for your very first time out of North America.
Well, it actually,
were you Tokyo or where
for those? Yeah. So for those of you that have been to Japan and specifically been to Tokyo, like it's a phenomenal place to go if you're like a little nervous about getting out of the country.
It is, but it's different.
It's very clean. The people are wonderful. Yes. People speak enough English you can make your way around. Right. There's English on all the signs. Yeah. And then I had developed a Japan tour assistant on Claude. That I had on my phone all the time. And so like, getting around and like, hey, remind me how to get back to the airport again. Like all these different things that like had kind of figured out for me. The last day I was there, it created this cool itinerary where I was like, I had to go to a manga shop to get something for my nephew. And then there was this like Japanese Star Wars pop-up for something for my son. And then like some Japanese baseball cards for my other son. So like I had these like, and it's just kind of like all these going around and like, I'm in a neighborhood that I've never seen before. Like, I don't know anything. I'm just here by myself. But it was really fun. And the hosts were wonderful. The food was wonderful. It was fun.
Amazing. Are you bitten by the bug now? Are you like going to be Mr. International Traveler
again available for conferences? So yes, I think like as a family, we don't typically do a lot of like crazy travel. Like this weekend we're going up to Whidbey Island. I'll be working from there this week.
Yeah, you're like the timeshare family. Like you're tied into one.
And then we do our San Diego time is really, really important to us every year.
Yeah.
And so that's just, I mean, everyone's got their thing. That's what we prioritize. So at some point, as the kids start to launch, there are a few places that Beth and I want to go. Like we really want to go to Italy, especially see Rome. I'd really like to go to the Holy Land. We both want to see Cairo and some of Egypt. But like, I don't think that as a family, we're going to have a lot of travel lust. I don't think as, Beth and I are going to go everywhere. But I definitely see like there's a couple conferences in the UK that I'm not doing this fall, but we'll probably do next fall.
Cool.
It might be an opportunity to go back to this conference in Japan next year. So now grateful to even have those opportunities. It's pretty awesome.
That's amazing. Let's take the show on the road.
Yep.
Coffee with Brent and Matt, UK edition.
Let's do it. So speaking of Coffee with Brent and Matt, we're going to continue the show here in a couple minutes.
Well, I
don't know how Phil's going to do it. Phil, I don't want you to go figure out Substack, but for those of you maybe new,
Phil could do Substack. He's just driving.
Oh, you can do it's fine. And the nice thing about Substack is like we can literally, I can make you part of the show on Substack. And
he's got it on autopilot, and the car's driving itself.
Right. But so we typically do this show for a half hour. And then just kind of turn it off.
Then we all go to Substack and watch me try to figure out how to make the audio.
No, well, or hopefully we can get the audio to work this time. But we finish this show usually, and then we just stay on and talk to each other for another 10, 15 minutes. We're like, why don't we just keep doing that? And so
how's this working? I go to the link in the invite, and then it's going to pop up because that just takes you to
I try to make this as easy as possible for you, Brad.
And still it seems confusing.
No, you leave this show.
My business partner.
You go to the there's a calendar invite on your calendar for 10:30.
Yeah, I see it. All right, here it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I've clicked on that link already once. It just took me to the channel. It didn't take me to the show. But anyway, we'll see what happens. All right. Oh my God, the tension's mounting. It's exciting.
It is. Okay. So go if you've not been there before.
Because we have a whole nother audience of 2 people over there who aren't here. And so they're expecting us to arrive.
Sometimes there's one and there's one overlap, right? So you never know. So if you're new, Coffee with Brent and Matt .substack.com is where you can go. We're gonna be
at least this week, and we'll be back next week. After that, we need to talk again, because I'll be in Australia. But it'll be like midnight over there, so I might be able to just do it from the hotel.
I think you should just do it and do it from find a cool location, do it from a nightclub.
I could do it from the.
I know you're a big clubber, so like wherever your favorite Melbourne club is, just do it from there.
My favorite place in the world is like hiding under the covers.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Just trying to escape. All right. So I'm going to click on the Substack link. We're about to see what happens.
All right. See you guys. We'll see you over there.